For as long as I can remember, school's been something that I absolutely, completely and utterly despise of with a passion. For good reason too. For starters, I almost got a detention, which, in hindsight, isn't really a big deal for most people. But it was a big deal for me, given the fact I'd never experienced it, and that my parents would probably go crazy at me for getting a detention. None of my siblings had ever gotten one either. With the exception of me, of course. I had to break that hat trick. So yeah, basically my parents raised us to be pretty well-behaved kids. And we were for the most part. That's why detention was such a big deal. I had no idea how my parents would react if I suddenly ended up with one. But all I was hoping for was that it'd be just as chill and laid back as it was in the Breakfast Club. But I guess I'll never know what it's like, because it never happened. Kinda. Here's the thing. I did get a detention, but my science teacher completely forgot about it in the end. So I ended up dodging a huge bullet there. And just for his own privacy, let's call my teacher Mr. Chicken Legs, because I'm pretty sure he always skipped leg day for some reason. And also, that's the name all the students at my school gave him. I don't think he knew that though. Okay, to tell you a little more about Mr. Chicken Legs, he was a real piece of work, and he was always willing to give students detentions even for the smallest mistakes. For instance, one time a student came into class at least 30 seconds late, and there it was. Detention. The word that's number one in his vocabulary. I swear, the only things he cared about were giving out detentions, the word detention, and his upper body. Just an all-out nice guy, you know? A real swell dude. But I've been rambling on long enough about him, so let's just get to the actual story. So, I was in the 9th grade when this happened. Chicken Legs gave the class homework, and by the due date, I didn't do it, because I'm a 100% rebel. But as a warning, Mr. Chicken Legs gave me a cleanup slip first. Basically, I had to collect other people's rubbish and chuck it in the bin. And this guy right here didn't do that either. So yeah, I had it coming. So kids, take this as a learning experience, put your own rubbish in the bin, and don't make other people do it for you. I'm looking at you, Chad.
Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
But seriously, the moment that chilled me to my very core. I go to school the next day and Chicken Legs asked me for the cleanup slip just to make sure I actually did it. And then I began walking slowly through the classroom with a face comparable to that of a guilty dog that ripped up a box of tissues or something. And then I give it to him. It was almost exactly the same as it was when he gave it to me. Maybe just a tiny bit scrunched up. Also, I think I may have drawn a random scribble on one of the spaces for a signature, just to make it look authentic. And then I could have gotten the last 2 signatures for real before the due date. But I never went through with it. So that got me into a bit of a predicament. But after I handed it over, he looks at the slip and there's just complete silence throughout the entire classroom for a good 10 seconds. Then he breaks the silence by blurting out for the whole world to hear. Alright, that's a detention. Did you hear that? What? It was horrifying hearing him say that. I mean, I didn't want to have to go home and tell my parents. Mom? Dad? Funny story. I got a detention, so yeah. But I didn't say that. What I did say though, hey Matt, how was school today? Yeah, good. I got a detention, a detailed essay to write, so bye. Then I held onto that secret 3 whole years after it happened, and now I'm making them find out about it through this video right here. So, sorry, Mum and Dad. Don't hate me, please. But yeah, eventually it got to the Christmas holidays, moving on to the 10th grade in the next year, with completely different teachers and a giant weight lifted off my shoulders. Everything after that was smooth sailing. Or was it? And that's the end of the story. So yeah, aside from that, let me know if you want to see a part 2 of school stories, because as you probably pieced together, I still have a ton of them left to tell you guys in some later videos. So I highly encourage all of you to make some suggestions for other school topics, or just other video topics in general. So make sure you do that. Anyways, that should just about do it for now, so I'll be back soon with another video for all of you to enjoy, hopefully. But until then, I'll catch you all later. See ya.